All right, welcome to video number 2. We're going to be talking right now about the volume of a triangular prism to start. Again, if you look through here, you're not going to find triangular prism anywhere on the formula sheet, but you are going to find this general prism formula. So we're going to start with our general prism formula again. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what a triangular prism is. So a triangular prism is a three-dimensional shape in which our base is a triangle. Okay. So three-dimensional shape. So again, our volume formula is just B times H. Now, maybe we'll call it a problem, but not really a problem, but our base here is still going to be the same. It's the area of the base. Okay, our base for this shape is a triangle. That is provided on the formula sheet. So if we scroll back to our formula sheet, we're going to see that the area is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, this is a lowercase b, and this is the base of the triangle. So if we zoom into our triangle here, so let's come up with a different problem. Okay, let's look at what this might look like if we had this as our triangular prism. Again, I'm not going to draw in those lines. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. But let's take a look. So one of the things they have to provide us with, okay, is they have to provide us with the height. So we'll know that the height here, I'm going to come up with a number of 4. They might tell us that the entire base has a length of 10, and then we might have a height of 5. So 2 different heights here. One is the height of the prism, that's the 5, and one is the height of the base, that's our triangle, that's a 4. So again, starting with that same idea that we're going to start with the capital B, we're going to get 1/2, and for us, the base is 10, and then the height is 4. Okay, so we're going to be multiplying 1/2 times 10 times 4. Okay, we're going to figure what that is. That's going to be 20. Again, though, if you need a calculator, please have one handy. Please don't be afraid to use a calculator here with these steps. Now we're ready to go find the volume of this three-dimensional shape. So our volume is capital B times H. This time we're going to be using, which H? We're going to be using this 5 as our H because this is the height of the entire object. Be careful you don't use that 4 twice. So we're going to end up with volume is equal to 20 times 5. Volume is equal to 100. And again, just like last time, until we get a unit, this is going to be units cubed. Okay, again, three-dimensional shapes, three-dimensional objects here. Okay, so it's all about finding those bases. Okay. A quick reminder here with these videos that this is a video. So unlike class, if you have a question, if you're not sure about anything, you can always stop the videos, you can pause them, you could watch back, don't be afraid to have to kind of play back a section, once, twice, 3, 4 times. You never know what you might have missed and what else is going on. Someone walks into the room, little things like that you may have to stop and kind of get back up and going. So don't be afraid of that. Okay, the next shape we're going to talk about is the sphere, okay? And the sphere is the basketball, okay? Kind of difficult to draw. Usually what we do to represent the three-dimensional sphere is we try and draw 2 circles. And the only measurement that we can take on a sphere is the radius, okay? That's the only thing we are going to be given. Okay, the radius is just going to be some number, okay, and they're going to tell us what the radius is. Now, if we look back at our formula sheet, the radius of a sphere, the volume of a sphere more specifically, all we need is that radius. So our formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. And again, no need to memorize any of this. It's all on the formula sheet. So 4/3 pi r cubed. So when you're doing some problems later, as you go through this, as you're looking at those problems, keep in mind that all you have to worry about is just being able to kind of find the formula, practice. I will be attaching a separate blank formula sheet into the Google Classroom. It's just a document you can feel free to reference, and hopefully that'll be somewhat helpful to you. Okay, so let's take a look. We have our sphere here. We're given a sphere and we have a radius. I'm going to come up with a radius of, 7. Okay, so as we go through and we try and plug into our formula here, okay, there is no area of the base defined this time. It's just straight plugging in. So 4/3 pi and then 7 cubed. Now, I'm going to ask us to find this in terms of pi. So you're going to see this come up a lot, but in terms of pi. Okay, and what that means is we're not going to plug pi into the calculator. What we are going to plug into the calculator is 4/3 times 7 cubed. Okay, remember if you are using a TI-84 calculator, I know a lot of you do have that or borrowed one from the school, so you should have one at home, that alpha y equals button can be very helpful in terms of giving you a nice fraction to deal with on the calculator. So we plug that into the calculator and we end up with a decimal, okay? So I'm gonna leave it as a fraction, okay? And that fraction is 1372 over 3. And don't forget about that pi, okay? We're leaving our answer in terms of pi. Now you could plug this into the calculator, get it in a decimal and round to the nearest, 100th or 1000th value if they ask for one. But I know that we can do that, so right now we're gonna focus on that, in terms of pi type answer. All right, so I'm gonna stop this video here. Nice short video, and I'm gonna make a separate video for cone and pyramid. All right.